A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to HJN Season 5. Now, I'm sure that you're probably wondering what the next subject is going to be about, what it's going to be like. Well, we're going to be here to talk a bit about caches for number 2779. Well, one good way to talk a bit about caches is that if you're ever familiar with military or government related work, you might be familiar with certain storage spots or locations in which that house a good variety of items, storage units, weapons, ammo, supplies, explosive, lethals, and tactical items of all sorts. These are typically referred to as caches and are often in control of whatever party gets a hold of them. Sometimes there could be a chance in which that they can get stolen or taken over by another party. And the party, of course, could not be related to a friendly or an enemy or possibly anybody else. There's always a time in which that somebody might want those weapons or items for themselves, and like anything, they're bound to get stolen at some point. Anybody who's played Call of Duty over the years, there might be a point in which that you might remember that caches, or basically these little places in which that often get overrun by the enemy, are honestly known to have a lot of good weapons and ammo available, a lot of items to choose from. But there could be a time in which that it can get stolen and all that stuff that's there could be up against you, so the tables will turn towards you. And not in a good way either. It'd be like spilling a good wine glass all over your wedding dress. But there always comes a time in which that you'll have the opportunity to take it back and retrieve all of those items for you and your squad. So I feel like that's one good way to put it, and quite honestly, that might be the only real good way to put it. Of course, there's also the caches that correlate to electronics, similar in a way to storage, like internal or external storage units, devices, hard drives, and whatnot. The kind of things that do associate with storage, those kind of caches are very different in a way. But it does make sense that much like the military variety of caches, caches are mainly seen as storage units in a way. Storage for data is what those kind of caches are meant for, whereas with weapons and items, you can expect those kind of caches to appear outside of the realms of electronics or the internet. So, overall, that's pretty much what it is. A cache is seen as a storage unit for various applications, whether it be for housing items, or for housing data, or for housing pretty much anything you can think of. So, kind of a synonymous terminology relating to storage and all that good stuff, but it's still what it is. Something that can act as a storage unit. But that's all I got to say about that. And so, I'll be back tomorrow, but we're actually going to do something a bit different. I didn't mention animals, so maybe we'll go ahead and give it a shot. Starting tomorrow, I'll probably be marathoning through this stuff, just like I marathoned through with food a little while ago. So if you want to see all that coming up, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side.